If you're thinking about making that move to Hawaii or already making that move and dissecting these areas about where it is that you may want to live, you're looking at the communities, you're trying to figure out which ones check all the boxes that meet your lifestyle goals, priorities. And a lot of times this area called Kailua just keeps popping up. Well, in this video, we're actually going to be talking about why everyone loves living in Kailua, and we're going to get after it right now. What's going on? Welcome to the Living in Hawaii channel. If you're new here and new to this channel, I'm Ryan, and on this channel I make videos all about what it's actually like to live in Hawaii, what it's like to eat, sleep, play, breathe, the up, down, left, and right, all the top neighborhoods and things to do. So if you're new here, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. It helps anybody else be able to find this information that's looking for it and call Hawaii home. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified anytime that I upload a new video on this channel. And look, we get so many people that are looking to call Hawaii home, reach out, and we absolutely love it. And you can do the same thing too. You can send us a text, you can send us an email, you can send me a DM, you can even go ahead and schedule your own Zoom with us in the link in the description down below. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Hawaii. First things first is always identifying where the area is, because this may not be on the side of the island that you're looking for, right? A lot of the things that we're talking about when we're talking about communities and where it is that you want to live, typically we're talking about where things that you're going to be doing pretty frequently. So let's go ahead and identify where Kailua is using our special Google Earth map, right? So on the map right here, what you're going to see is Kailua is actually located on the eastern side of the island, or what is known here as the windward side of the island, due to the windward trades that come down, right? The trade winds, sorry, coming down from that northeastern spot, and they hit Kailua, Kaneohe, Ka'ava, all the way up there towards, Kahuku at the top of the island and whatnot. So the windward side of the island is what we refer to it as over here. But if you're looking at it, you're probably just saying that's on the east side. Well, that's where it is. There's Kailua. It's going to be over there. And now where Kailua is as far as location on the island, it's kind of nestled in between an area just north of it called Kaneohe and an area just south of it called Waimanalo before you come around the bend to Hawaii Kai. Those are the two areas that are nestled in Waikiki, right? Waikiki is like the city that everybody knows. So we try to talk in reference with Waikiki. You actually have pretty good access to Waikiki from Kailua, and we're gonna show you that right here too. As far as context from Kailua to Waikiki and how long will it take you to get to Waikiki, if that's a place that you're gonna be frequenting a lot or just something that you're familiar with, it's gonna take you anywhere from 25 to 35-ish minutes, depending, right? This depends on the time of day that you leave, if there's traffic, an accident, those types of things. But regularly speaking, it's going to take you anywhere from 25 to 35 minutes to get down to Waikiki from Kailua. You got pretty much two easier routes. You got the Like Highway over there, and you got the Pali Highway that are going to take you straight down and take you right into the heart of Honolulu and Waikiki. Now, if you're in the military, specifically the Marines, or you're working over there at the Marine Corps base Hawaii as a government employee, whatever the case may be, and you're thinking about living very close to base, then you lucked out because you're on one of the most beautiful side of the islands. And you could basically choose between Kaneohe and Kailua. Pick your poison, right? And I mean that in a good way. As far as where it is that you want to live, two of the most beautiful spots, the greenery, the mountains, the things to do. So if you're going to be working at Marine Corps Base Hawaii, Kailua definitely going to have about a 10-minute or less drive for you. Now, when we're talking about the other side of the island, when we're talking about going over to Schofield, if you're in the Army and you're stationed at Schofield and you're talking about living in Kailua, you're going to have a pretty hefty drive on your hands daily. As far as, you're going to be looking at anywhere from 45 minutes plus daily, and that's one way. So we're talking both ways. You're looking at an hour and a half or more in traffic regularly. Now, as far as Kailua to Kapolei, roughly around the same. You're going to be looking at 45 minutes plus, right, to get from one side to the other and back. So just some context as far as where Kailua is and how those things can affect you and your daily drives. When it comes to the vibe in Kailua, this is something that we all want to feel for ourselves, right? So when we get to an area or a community, we start to get these feelings of, are we in a ghetto area, right? Are we in a bad area? Are we in a not so safe area? Are people stuck up here? Is this, the popular area where everybody's rude kind of thing? Or are we in an area where everybody's nice, everybody's friendly, we feel safe, right? We start to try to dissect the vibe of these areas, but let me go ahead and tell you that Kailua has a very California style vibe to it. And when I say that, we're talking, I guess, about how the people over there kind of look, how they dress, how they act, And I guess it depends on what area of California. It's a big state, right? When we're talking about that, and not trying to judge anybody here, but it has a very California vibe to it over there. People walking around with their boards, people have their boards on their bikes, everybody trying to get out and, paddleboard, catch a wave, paddle out to mokes, whatever it may be. That's just the kind of vibe that it really gives off. The walking around, the communities, the things like that. That's what I get when I get the feeling over there. And if you go watch the vlog tour of Kailua that we have on this channel, that's something that Rich and I also talk about in that video. But it really does have a nice, friendly, tight-knit community vibe. It's not a very big community at all either. Kailua is not a massive city here on the island or anything like that. It's actually a very small community. It's very tight-knit, very family-friendly. A lot of people love living over there for a lot of those aspects, and it checks a lot of people's boxes. But again, California vibe over there, something that you may not mesh with, but for the most part, it's something that I felt that it was safe and it was friendly, and everybody over there was pretty cool. One of the other things that we're looking for when we're looking through the communities and trying to figure out where it is that we want to live that checks our boxes, it comes down to amenities a lot of the times. Are we around the things or places that we like to frequent, or the things that we like to do? And a lot of times that is amenities. When it comes to grocery stores, right? And we're always going grocery shopping for food. Where it comes to your regular shopping, is there a certain place? For my wife, Target is her happy place. So I know the feeling, and I know what you mean by that. But it doesn't have those things that you're going to be frequenting. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the amenities that are over there in Kailua. Starting off, obviously, with your local businesses. Always go support local businesses. Please, if you can, don't avoid local businesses. Go to your local businesses first, and then but please go ahead and support local businesses. Always here in Hawaii. Next, we'll talk about some of the big box stores that you may have heard of before. Most likely, you've heard of Target, which I kind of just mentioned. There is a Target over there in Kailua, pretty big Target, and it's like right around the corner from the beach, literally. But then also right across the street from a shopping center area that's going to have a Whole Foods, a Long Drug, you're going to have your UFC gym over there. They're developing that area. There's a whole school bowling alley over there. And then around the corner, there's also some shops and nice little street to walk on. But Kailua does check the box with some of those amenities. Now, you're not going to find a Costco over there. No Costco or Sam's over there in Waipio. I'm sorry, not Waipio. Costco is in Waipio. There's not over there in Kailua. There are grocery stores and stuff, so I'm not saying you won't be able to go grocery shopping if you live in Kailua. You're definitely going to be able to go grocery shopping. I just mentioned a Whole Foods, which you've probably heard of, but you're not going to have your Costco. If you're going to want to go to Costco, you're going to have to go down to either Hawaii Kai or closer to town if you are a Costco shopper. Now, does it still check a lot of those boxes, especially if you're a Target shopper? Yes, definitely going to check your box there. And then when we talk about other amenities such as beaches and things like that, definitely checking those boxes. But those are some of the things that you can expect when you're living in Kailua. What we're really alluding to here is that Kailua essentially just checks the boxes for a lot of people. Whether you're a working class individual or you're a family, whatever the case may be, it just checks the boxes. It really does. We've talked about the amenities, we've talked about the vibes. One of the other things is going to be that it's easy to get around over there. We mentioned it not being such a massive city or a hard city to really figure out and get around. There's several different pockets of areas. But as far as getting to the hub of where the city is and then getting to the beach and just all those things, right? You're going to notice that it's really easy to get around. A lot of people are walking, a lot of people are riding their bikes, or a lot of people are on mopeds, right? Not everybody's taking a car everywhere over there. So that's just something that you'll notice, especially if you're in the area as far as commuting around. One of the other things that it does check the boxes for is schools. Okay, if you go up in niche.com or greatschools.org and you're looking at schools, okay, you're going to notice Kailua High School, Kalaheo High School, and then even the intermediates, or that's what we call it here, but middle schools or elementary schools are going to rate pretty well. Again, you got to do all your own due diligence and take that with a grain of salt. But when you do your research, you'll notice that they rank pretty well as far as the schools go. One thing you do have to be okay with if you decide that you want to live in Kailua is the heavy amount of tourists that go over there. It is a very heavy tourist area. So because a lot of people look at Kailua Beach or Lanikai Beach, that's just one of the pictures and videos that is used for, all the big companies' commercials when we're talking about Hawaii and all that stuff, right? And then a lot of people are attracted to that because it was once named one of the most beautiful beaches in the world. So a lot of people try to go over there to that beach. The sand is probably the best sand on the island, if you ask me. the views, everything over there. So it's a heavy tourist spot, and that's just something you got to be comfortable with. So it's going to be a little bit more busy, right, as far as compared to some of the other areas or suburbs of Honolulu, and you just got to be okay with the tourism over there. When it comes to Kailua, and I've already kind of mentioned this about the beaches, right, but it's also going to check that box for you as far as outdoor activities go. The weather over there is some of the most beautiful weather, and right now here when I'm recording this in the winter, it's going to be a little bit more cool, especially with more trade winds blowing down on the windward side of the island, which we already told you about. Those winds are going to be affecting cooler temperatures, which is going to be helping you, especially when you're going to see your electric bill and other things. But outdoor activities, there's lots of outdoor activities. A lot of places over there, you can go rent a kayak or a canoe, you can go rent a paddleboard if you don't want to own one, right? If you do want to own one, we already talked about all the people that you're going to see riding their bikes and stuff with their surfboards on the side, going out there. A lot of kite surfing is done over there because it is on the windward side. That's something else you'll notice, especially this time of year. While it's really choppy out there, you're going to notice a lot of people out there kite surfing, letting the wind just kind of carry them around. It's pretty cool stuff. But a lot of outdoor activities when it comes to the hiking too. So you got Lani Kai pillbox, which we call them pillboxes, but they're old bunkers from wartime, and now they're all painted and graffitied on and stuff. But a lot of them sit at the top of these mountains where people used to keep a lookout, right? So now a lot of these are at the top of these mountains. There's trails up there, and we call them a pillbox hike. But you got Lani Kai pillbox hike up there. Can't even tell you how many times I've done that one. Great views up there. Pretty cool hike, especially, I mean, if you do go all the way around, that's cool, but if you don't, you're still going to see great views. Just always be careful and do your own due diligence. Not recommending any hikes. You do that at your own risk, but tons of great outdoor activities offered over there in the Kailua area. If all those things that I have mentioned, every one of those is going ding, 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 like, okay, Kailua might be a place that I need to definitely do some more research on. It's sounding like what Ryan's saying is just checking all those boxes for me. And now I'm looking at homes over there. I'm looking at the things that it has to offer. All those things that he mentioned is what I'm going to check out. So like I mentioned, all that we do have, so if you want to stick around, we've got a Kailua vlog tour. So we went all through Kailua, all through the communities, the neighborhoods. We went all around Kailua, the shopping areas that I've mentioned to you. We pointed out Target on one of those main intersections. We started at Kailua Beach. That's going to be popping up for you on the end screen. So once this video ends, there's going to be a screen and it's going to be right there. You just got to click it and then you can go and watch that one. I did mention to you that we get people reaching out all the time that are thinking about making that move out here to Hawaii or have already decided that they're making the move and need help. My name is Ryan and I'm a local real estate agent here. You can reach out, you can give me a text, you can give me a call, you can send me an email. You can schedule an appointment with us using the link down in the description below. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Hawaii. Alright, don't forget to hit that like button. If you made it this far and haven't done so already, please hit the like button. It helps anybody else be able to find this information. Hit the subscribe button and that notification bell so that you get notified anytime that I upload a new video on this channel. I mentioned that vlog tour and many others, and those are going to start popping up for you right now.